Oh?
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I, should probably have told you earlier.
Ugh, whatever this is, I'm not gonna like it, am I?
I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Al Eamon exactly?
I think you said he raised you or something.
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born.
Okay!
Al Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because... well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Jiminy Christmas! You could have told me this before!
How? When
Well, just
would I
blurt
say
it out,
that?
apparently.
Oh, by the way, King Marek had sex with a servant and she produced a bastard son. That's me.
Well, it
I
worked
would
just
have
now.
told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
You know, if you were a dwarf, you'd just, like, automatically be a royal dude, so... Yeah, does Logain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
What a bitch. Yeah, did she know the truth?
She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall, and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
But you still think he's gonna help us now?
I think so, yes. This news we've heard about him being sick disturbs me, though. I wonder if we won't discover that Logain has come to the same conclusion as we have. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
See, you should have been born a dwarf. Everything would be so much easier. You wouldn't have had to worry about any of that stuff. Did we just learn something? Oh, the history of the Drydoms. Oh, I missed that from before. In the years following the siege of Soldier's Peak, all those who carried the Dryden name were hunted by King Arlen's forces. Our noble Dryden name was smeared, and all lands and holdings belonging to the Drydens were seized by the crown. The king feared that the rebellion started by Sophia would be kept alive by her loyal friends and family, and anyone with connections to the Drydens suffered greatly. It is little wonder, then, that the few remaining Drydens found themselves with no allies and nowhere to turn. Tobin Dryden, Sophia's brother and guardian of her young son, had no choice but to flee for Eldon. Tobin bought passage to Antiva on a merchant vessel and traveled under the name Dropshire. so that no one would remember his name because no one could pronounce it. Once in Antiva, Tobin set about building a new quiet life for himself and his nephew. He started a small business and eventually made a name for himself as a trader. The Droker merchant family prospered and the name Dryden was almost forgotten. However, in 815 Blessed, Sylvie Droker uncovered old documents belonging to Tobin and pieced together the family's history. In her pride, and perhaps in her naivete, Sylvie reclaimed the name Dryden and returned to Ferelden. King Arlen lies dead, and the Dryden name lives on. Our family has survived, even thrived, since the death of Sophia Dryden. The nobles of Ferelden may still spit on the Dryden name, but we Drydens know that Sophia Dryden was greater than them, almost a queen and a hero of the people of Ferelden. From Livy's personal files. Redcliffe. King Calenhad Theron once famously declared, the fate of Redcliffe is the fate of all Ferelden. Certainly, the castle is the first and last defense for the sole land route into Ferelden, and the country has never fallen to any force that did not first capture Redcliffe. The castle, which despite being 3 times captured is popularly described as unassailable, also guards one of the largest and most prosperous towns in Ferelden. Redcliffe village is well situated near the mountain pass to Orzammar and the Orlesian border, and so serves as a center of foreign trade. For these reasons, Redcliffe is accounted an Arling, despite the smallness of the domain. The inhabitants of Redcliffe village are primarily fishermen or merchants who ship dwarven goods through the pass from Orlais to Denram. When the entire village smells of smoked fish on certain late autumn mornings, the merchants in their finery do their utmost to pretend otherwise. Another Brother Genitivi! Man, that guy gets around. He was raised by Earl Redcliffe. Isolde's suspicions were unfounded, however. Alistair was not Eamon's son, but King Merrick's. I feel like there's a paragraph missing here. Eamon sheltered the boy to hide his assistance from Queen Rowan, Eamon's sister. More Dryden stuff. Sophia Dryden is Ferelden's light and her most brilliant jewel. Nothing on this earth can ever quench her fire. Arlessa Sophia Dryden was the young Arlen's rival for the throne of Ferelden. Dryden was a strong and charismatic leader with much support from the Banorn. When Arlen finally won the crown, Dryden refused to relent. She pushed her claim, was caught, and accused of treason. Her sympathizers continued to support her, however. In order to appease them, Dryden was spared execution and forced to join the Grey Wardens instead. Ooh. Dryden survived the joining and dazzled the Grey Wardens at Soldier's Peak with her leadership skills and charm. She eventually rose through the ranks to become the Warden Commander of Ferelden. Before Commander Dryden, the Grey Wardens were seen as a relic of an older time and an unnecessary drain on the nobles' coffers. Dryden, though, with her political connections, reinvigorated the Wardens and rapidly increased their numbers. In the meantime, King Arlen proved himself a devious king, willing to go to brutal lengths to silence his opponents. Arlen's reign of terror grew worse with each passing year, as some of the bands approached Commander Dryden in desperation, begging her to intercede. She agreed, and thus was the rebellion against King Arlen born. Arlen learned of the rebellion and took steps to end it. He publicly suspended all tithing to the Grey Wardens and declared that they were no longer welcome in Ferelden. Okay. Some of the Wardens, mindful that they were supposed to remain politically neutral, felt disgraced by Dryden's involvement in Ferelden politics, and left her side even as the king's forces lay siege to Soldier's Peak. The siege took months and ended with the death of Sophia Dryden. Interesting. Alright, that tells a lot more than that Levy guy told us. Alright, so here we are at Redcliffe. Beautiful waterfall. It's a lovely view. There's a house here. Some death root for the heck of it. Alright, we can't go in the house. Pardon me. Oh, wow. Shipping port. There's a bridge down there. A couple of them. Alright, well this place looks nice. We'll have a nice little break here. Nothing horrible will happen.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
Oh, fuck. What do you mean? Is there a problem?
So you don't know?
Oh.
Has nobody out there heard?
Oh, what? What?
We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying. We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead.
What do you mean no Arl? Is
And
he
those
dead?
left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
There's some flickering going on there in the textures, I guess. Monsters coming out of the castle every night? Is everybody in the castle dead? A pile of laundry in the corner? Whoa! Oh, come on! We just left Lothering!
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
You think?
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Tern Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Alright, so you don't believe him, that's good.
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things?
Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arleman.
Yeah, of course we're gonna help.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
Yeah, if there's a chance to get to the Arl, who's gonna help us with the Darkspawn, like, we can't just walk away, so...
Yet helping these humans does nothing of the sort.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Can we not discuss this with you?
Of course.
have some of Arl Eamon's knights here.
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
Yeah, the search for the urn.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
How come you're in the chantry?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Then don't you need more guys in here with you?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
What happens after the battle is over?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
Okay. Thank you.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Thanks. Oh. Sten hates me. That's fine. How dare you? How dare you help these people? Prepare Redcliffe for the attack. Ben Tegan has directed you to Sir Perth, who leads the Knights of Redcliffe, and Murdoch, the mayor, who is in charge of the militia. Perth and Murdoch will know what Redcliffe needs to be prepared for nightfall. Travel to Redcliffe to discover that the village is suffering nightly attacks from the Walking Dead, and the castle of Redcliffe is locked shut, showing no signs of life or activity. Oh! Arlessa Isolde, did he call her? For the one who delivers the sacred ashes of Our Lady will have the esteem of Redcliffe and all the riches it is in my power to grant. The Arling of Redcliffe was a source of constant trouble for Emperor Reville during the occupation. It was rumored that since each new report sent the Emperor into a fit of violent rage, his court had taken to poisoning messengers before they could deliver their accounts. Isolde's family was the 10th to be given the difficult task of governing Redcliffe, and since most of the previous Arls had either been murdered by their bands or beheaded by the Emperor, they did not approach the job with a great deal of enthusiasm. Isolde met Eamon, not realizing he was the rightful heir to her father's domain, and quickly became smitten with him for being part of the resistance. Never mind that it was her family he was resisting. Perhaps a bit too romantic for her own good, she insisted upon staying behind with Eamon when the rest of her family was driven out. Interesting. Okay. Another chantry filled with miserable people. Fantastic.
Let us pray. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame.
Be
May
brave,
the chant
young
reach the Maker's ears
Your
and tell
parents would
him
want
of
that.
our contrition.
We need you here to protect the rest of us. Yes?
I guess I can do that.
There's a good lad. In the morning, we'll look for your parents. In the morning.
You okay, little boy?
I'm not frightened. Everybody thinks I am, but I'm not.
Okay, well then you're stupid. Founding of the Chantry. Cordelius Dracon, king of the city-state of Orlais, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the year -15 ancient, the young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andrastian belief to the world. In -3 ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Dracon knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlais. His first act as emperor to declare the Chantry as the established Andrastian religion of the empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Olessa of Montsimard was elected to lead the new chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justinia in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era ended and the divine age began. Alright. Hello.
I fear most for the children. They are so frightened. It breaks my heart.
Actually, he said he's not scared at all. Hello.
You are of dwarven blood
You think?
and a stranger amongst us, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
I haven't done anything yet. Is there some reason I shouldn't help?
Perhaps not, but many dwarfs do not hold the chantry and its adherents in high regard. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Yeah, how safe is it in here?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
Yeah, will do.
May the Maker watch over you, child.
I guess. That's what floats your boat.
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything will be all right.
I want to go home. Where's Father? Why can't we go home?
I already told you. Father is outside defending the village from the bad men. We must stay here and be brave. Can you do that?
I guess so.
You should make him friends with the other boy. He's not scared at all. What? Demonic possession? Why do demons seek to possess the living? History claims they are malevolent spirits, the first children of the Maker, angry at their creator for turning from them and jealous of those creations he considered superior. They stare across the veil at the living and do not understand what they see, yet they know they crave it. They desire life. They pull the living across the veil when they sleep and prey on their psyche with nightmares. Whenever they can, they cross the veil into our world to possess it outright. We know that any demon will seek to possess a mage, and upon doing so will create an abomination. Most of the world does not know, however, that the strength of an abomination depends entirely on the power of the demon that possesses the mage. This is true, in fact, of all possessed creatures. One demon is not the same as any other. Demons can, for instance, be classified. Enchanter Brahm's categorization of demons into that portion of the psyche they primarily prey upon has held since the Tower Age. According to Brahm, the weakest and most common of demons are those of rage. They are the least intelligent and most prone to violent outbursts against anything living. They expend their energies quickly, the most powerful of them exhibiting great strength and occasionally the ability to generate fire. Next are the demons of hunger. In a living host they become cannibals and vampires, and within the dead they feed upon the living. Theirs are the powers of draining, both of life force and mana. Next are the demons of sloth, the first on Brahm's scale that are capable of true intelligence. In its true form, this demon is known as a shade, a thing which is nearly indistinct and invisible, for such is sloth's nature. It hides and stalks, unaware, and when confronted, it sows fatigue and apathy. Demons of desire are amongst the most powerful, and are the ones most likely to seek out the living and actively trick them into a deal. These demons will exploit anything that can be coveted, wealth, power, lust, and they will always end up getting far more than they give. A desire demon's province is that of illusions and mind control. Strongest of all demons are those of pride. These are the most feared creatures to loose upon the world. Masters of magic and in possession of vast intellect, they are the true schemers. It is they who seek most strongly to possess mages, and will bring other demons across the veil in numbers to achieve their own ends, although what that might be has never been discovered. A greater pride demon brought across the veil would threaten the entire world. From the Maker's First Children by Bader, Senior Enchanter of Ostwick, 12 Blessed. Well, that sounds awful. Hello, Arenia.
Good day.
Good day. Hello, refugee.
We came to Redcliffe looking for refuge, but now there's nothing here.
Hi, Jetta.
You're a Grey Warden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds?
Yeah.
My husband and son went there to bring the Chant of Light to the Chastened.
Oh!
But I haven't heard from them since.
Yeah, are you Jetta?
I am. You've heard of me?
Yeah, I have something here from your husband.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to... Maker's blessings upon you.
I'm sorry. I hope she knows her son is dead, too.
These are terrible times. Just terrible.
Sorry about that. Hello!
I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here and wait for them.
We have no choice. We must pray and hope for the Maker's compassion.
I just hope everything will be all right. So many have already died.
I'm too old to fight. It's frustrating to stand in here and watch the young take up arms.
The Blight comes again, and Ferelden is doomed. What are we to do?
Also sad.
Sorry, am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
You're literally standing in the corner, not making any noise at all. Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Why would he run off? Just because he was scared?
He said something about saving Mother.
Oh god.
He's just a little boy. He
Yeah.
doesn't understand she's gone. I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you already tried looking for him?
I went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
Alright, well, we'll look for him if we get a chance.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
Find Bevan. Caitlin, a young woman who lives in Redcliffe, is afraid for her brother Bevan. Their mother was dragged out by the creatures from the castle, and now Bevan has run off. Caitlin doesn't know where he is, and she has failed to find him. You told Caitlin you would search for Bevan. Okay. Alright. So much to do, so little time. Bevan, is that you in the dresser?
Go away. This isn't your home.
A small human. I say burn it out.
Jesus Christ,
What are you
Den!
doing? All right, I'll come out.
Oh, that worked.